Hey guys, Sully here, Shamrock Forge. I just thought I'd drop a little note and let y'all know what's going on and why there hasn't been much action from me lately. I'm kicking it at the house. I got my daughters and my grandson here. So around about Christmas time, beginning of December, noticed I had like a little bit of something weird going on right here underneath my jaw. Now, about 4 years ago, I had a saliva gland became infected, and it swole up, and it like swole up the whole side of my face. And after about 4 days, it finally ruptured, and all the pressure went away. Well, ever since then, it's always been a little bit stiff right there. There's always been this weirdness right there underneath my jaw, and I really didn't think anything of it because it's always been there. And about the 1st of December, around between Thanksgiving and the beginning of December, I just noticed it was getting hard, like a hardness in there. And I was like, it's just that saliva gland messing up again. And at Christmas, it was brought to my attention that there are lymph glands there. And didn't really think of that. And I was like, wait, that might be problematic. So I waited till next payday, which was January 7th or thereabouts, to go in and get it checked out. And I went in and got it checked out, and the lady immediately felt it and says, you need a CT scan right now and lab work. So I went down and I got blood taken and a CT scan on my neck. And then they didn't call me back. And I mean, I waited for, 2 weeks before they called me. And they're like, okay, yeah, we got you scheduled in for a PCP appointment and ENT doctor on the 31st of January. And I'm like, wow, 3 weeks from the time it must not be that important if they're, scheduling my next appointment 3 weeks out. And, fingers crossed and this, that, and the other. Okay, so that was yesterday. Yesterday I had those two appointments, at which time I found out that my labs came back clean. I did not have an elevated white cell count, and everything else was looking good. I had full spectrum blood work done yesterday morning, and they called me with the results of that like 2 hours later. Everything looked normal. All my levels were good. And other than that, there was one thing that was high. I don't know what I can't pronounce what she said it was on the phone, but it has something to do with gallbladder, and they said they can talk to me about that at my next appointment on February 28th. Well, my next appointment was with the ENT doctor, which was yesterday at 1 o'clock. And he felt it and looked in my mouth and all that, asked if I had any sores in my mouth, on my tongue, or anything like that, which I don't. And he asked me, the history of this, and I told him, the same thing about the saliva gland, this, that, and the other. And he said, well, it's definitely a tumor. We don't know what kind, but it's got to go. One way or another, doesn't matter what it is, it's got to go. And so they did a biopsy, or two, and he over at Shepherd's Forge was right. If you've never had a biopsy, don't. And I'll find out the results of that on Wednesday. In the meantime, though, they scheduled me for surgery on the following Tuesday. So Tuesday the 11th, they'll be taking this thing out. And he said my surgeon said he thinks it's the submandibular saliva gland, but he won't know for sure until he gets in there and starts digging around. There could be other things involved. He's not really sure, but they're going to go. They're scheduled me for 3 possible procedures. Starting with opening it up and digging around, exploratory this. And, he rattled them off to the nurse, but I don't recall what they were because he wasn't really talking to me. So, the whole last 3 weeks, really since the beginning of December, I've just been kind of freaked out, worried about this lump on my neck, and you're just really concerned and kind of been in a place of self-reflection and, what am I going to do? Not depressed or anything like that. Just, how am I going to proceed if this is the path this goes down, or if this is the path that goes down, or this one? There's really only about 3 different ways this could go. And so far, one of those paths has been pretty much eliminated, and now I'm down to 2 paths. And, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. Worrying about it doesn't change anything. And so I'm just living my life day by day. And we're going to see what happens. I guess Wednesday we'll find out what we got going on here, what the biopsy comes back as. And then one way or another, Tuesday, we'll get rid of this sucker. And other than that, that's just what I've been doing for the last 2 months, really. And, you know, I've been kind of, what would you say, reclusive, I guess. I haven't really been talking to people. I haven't been, you know, out and about. You know, I've been talking to my sister a lot, and we kind of reconnected over the last year and last month, not year. And it's been really nice. I mean, we hadn't really talked in, God, 20 years since, or more than that, since I went in the Air Force, really. And that's been really nice to be able to reconnect with her. And, you know, God, it's so neat because we have the same sense of humor and we're thinking of the same joke at the same time to something somebody says. It's pretty good. So that's where I'm at. And hopefully we're going down a good road and everything's going to be just fine. And Heath, if you see this over there at Shepherd's Forge, I just want you to know I'm thinking about you too. So that's where this is at, and that's where I'm at, and I hope to see you guys all on the other side. So till next time, this is Sully at Shamrock Forge saying, keep on forging on.